Hello and welcome to another episode of Current Affairs Quiz. Let us begin with the previous day's question. Consider the following pairs. We have articles and their provisions. 1. Article 126, Appointment of Acting Chief Justice. 2. Article 127, Appointment of Ad hoc Judges. 3. Article 128, Attendance of retired judges at sittings of the Supreme Court. How many of the pairs given above are correctly matched? A. Only one pair. B. Only two pairs. C. All three pairs. D. None. The correct answer is C. Acting CJI, Article 126. If the Chief Justice of India's office is vacant or the CJI is unable to perform duties, the President may appoint the senior-most judge of the Supreme Court to carry out these duties. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. Ad hoc judges, Article 127. When there is a lack of quorum of the permanent judges to hold or continue any session of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of India can appoint a judge of a High Court as an ad hoc judge of the Supreme Court for a temporary period. He can do so only after consultation with the Chief Justice of the High Court concerned and with the previous consent of the President. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. Retired judges, Article 128. At any time, the Chief Justice of India can request a retired judge of the Supreme Court or a retired judge of the High Court to act as a judge of the Supreme Court for a temporary period. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 1. Consider the following statements regarding the eShram portal. 1. It is a national database for unorganized workers, including migrant workers, construction workers, gig and platform workers. 2. Registration on the eShram portal is open to workers aged 16 to 59 years who are not members of EPFO, ESIC or government-funded NPS. 3. Workers registered on the portal receive Rs 12,000 per month as social security benefits. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is A. eShram is the national database of unorganized workers under the Ministry of Labour and Employment. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Registration is open to workers aged 16 to 59 years who are not members of EPFO, ESIC or government-funded NPS. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Registration on eShram does not automatically guarantee any money. It primarily facilitates access to social security schemes. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 2. Consider the following statements regarding Bharti initiative launched by APIDA. 1. It aims to support 100 agri-food startups to boost India's export to USD 50 billion by 2030. 2. It targets high-value agri-food products such as GI-tagged, organic, superfoods, processed foods and Ayush products, not staple crops. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is C. Bharti or Bharat's Hub for Agri-Tech Resilience, Advancement and Incubation for Export Enablement initiative is launched by Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority to support 100 agri-food startups with the aim to boost exports to USD 50 billion by 2030. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The initiative focuses on high-value agri-food products such as GI-tagged, organic, superfoods, processed foods and Ayush products, not staple crops. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Bharti promotes advanced technologies like AI, blockchain, IoT and agri-fintech to tackle challenges in perishability, logistics, quality and sustainability. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 3. Consider the following statements regarding the GST Council. 1. Every decision of the GST Council requires a majority of at least 3/4 of the weighted votes of the members present and voting. 2. The voting power of the central government and the state government in the GST Council is equal. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is A. The GST Council, established under the Article 279A, is a constitutional body responsible for implementing and administering GST in India with its secretariat in New Delhi. It envisions setting high standards of cooperative federalism and serves as the first constitutional body empowered to make key decisions on GST. As per Article 279A, Clause 9, decisions of this Council require a 3/4 majority of the weighted votes of members present and voting. Hence, Statement 1 is correct. The centre and the states do not have equal voting power in the GST Council. The centre's vote carries 1/3 weight, while the states' collective votes carries 2/3 of the weight. Hence, Statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 4. The bioluminescence produced by beetles, such as fireflies, through a biochemical reaction primarily serves which of the following purposes? A. Thermoregulation and maintaining body heat. B. Photosynthesis and energy production. C. Mating signals and predator deterrence. D. Digestion and nutrient absorption. The correct answer is C. Bioluminescent beetles, also known as lightning beetles or fireflies, are crucial for environmental balance. Bioluminescent beetles produce cold, efficient light in abdominal organs through a biochemical reaction involving luciferin, luciferase, oxygen, and ATP, with light colors ranging from green to yellow. This bioluminescence plays key roles in mating signal and predator deterrence. Large-scale synchronous flashing of fireflies are bioindicators of pollution-free areas, with population changes signaling environmental disruptions. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the following statements regarding the Suspect Registry in India. 1. It is developed by the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center and contains data on cybercriminals sourced from the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. 2. Its primary objective is to enable banks to verify customer credentials and monitor real-time transactions to prevent financial fraud. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only. B. 2 only. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is C. Launched in 2024, the Suspect Registry was created based on the National Cybercrime Reporting Portal and developed by the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. Hence, Statement 1 is correct. It contains data on 1.4 million cybercriminals linked to financial fraud and other cybercrimes, which has been shared with all banks. The registry helps banks and financial institutions verify customer credentials and monitor transactions to suspected accounts in real time. Hence, Statement 2 is correct. Using data from the NCRP, it strengthens fraud risk management and flags potential cybercriminals. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 6. The geological process of delamination recently seen in news can be best described as A. The splitting of the Earth's lithosphere, where the denser lower portion sinks into mantle while the lighter upper portion continues to move. B. The process of surface rocks breaking down into smaller fragments due to weathering and erosion. C. The smooth sliding of one landmass over the other without causing stress accumulation. D. The formation of a new crust due to volcanic eruptions along mid-ocean ridges. The correct answer is A. Delamination refers to the separation of layers within the lithosphere due to density and mechanical differences. In this process, the denser lower portion detaches and sinks into the deeper mantle while the lighter upper portion continues to move. This causes stress concentration, deformation, and geological instability in the region. A study suggests that the Indian plate is not sliding smoothly beneath the Eurasian plate, but is instead splitting and peeling into the Earth's mantle, a process known as delamination. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 7. Consider the following regional groupings. 1. Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. 2. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. 3. ASEAN. 4. BIMSTEC. 5. AUKUS. India is a member of how many of the above groupings? A. Only 2. B. Only 3. C. Only 4. D. All 5. The correct answer is A. Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership is a major trade bloc led by ASEAN with key partners, but India opted out in 2019 over concerns of trade imbalance and domestic industry production. India became a full-time member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in 2017. Association of Southeast Asian Nations is a bloc of 10 Southeast Asian nations where India is a dialogue partner but not a member. India has been a founding member of the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation since its establishment in 1997. AUKUS is a trilateral security pact formed in 2021 between Australia, the UK, and the US, and India is not a member. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 8. Consider the following statements regarding sickle cell disease. Statement 1. In sickle cell disease, red blood cells become crescent-shaped and rigid, which can obstruct blood flow. Statement 2. A genetic mutation alters the structure of hemoglobin, causing it to form abnormal chains that distort the red blood cell's shape. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? A. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. B. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. C. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. D. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. The correct answer is A. Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood disorder that affects hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells responsible for carrying oxygen. Normally, red blood cells are round and flexible, allowing them to move smoothly through blood vessels. In this disease, red blood cells become crescent or sickle-shaped, which can obstruct blood flow. Hence, statement 1 is correct. A mutation in the HBB gene produces an abnormal form of hemoglobin known as hemoglobin S. This abnormal hemoglobin tends to polymerize, forming long, rigid chains, especially under low oxygen conditions. This polymerization inside the red blood cells forces them into distant sickle shape. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 9. With reference to the evolution of the collegium system in India, consider the following pairs. 1. First judge's case. Consultation does not mean concurrence. 2. Second judge's case. Consultation means concurrence. 3. Third judge's case. Consultation means consultation with collegium. Which of the above pairs are correctly matched? A. 1 and 2 only. B. 2 and 3 only. C. 1 and 3 only. D. 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is D. Collegium system. In the first judge's case, the court held that consultation does not mean concurrence but only an exchange of views. Hence, pair 1 is correctly matched. In the second judge's case, the court ruled that consultation means concurrence, making the CJI's advice binding on the President. In the second judge's case, the court ruled that consultation means concurrence, making the CJI's case binding on the President, with the CJI consulting the two senior-most judges. Hence, pair 2 is correctly matched. In the third judge's case, consultation involves the collegium, and the CJI's sole opinion does not count. The CJI must consult a collegium of the 4 senior-most Supreme Court judges, and if even 2 judges disagree, the recommendation should not be sent to the government. Hence, pair 3 is correctly matched. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 10. The Vikram 3201 microprocessor recently seen in the news is best described by which of the following statements? A. It is India's first 64-bit commercial-grade microprocessor designed for consumer electronics. 2. It is a 32-bit launch vehicle-grade microprocessor developed for spaceflight applications capable of withstanding extreme temperatures. C. It is a quantum computing chip developed by the National Quantum Mission for secure communications. D. It is an artificial intelligence accelerator chip developed by private startups for data centers. The correct answer is B. Vikram 3201 is a 32-bit launch vehicle-grade microprocessor. The Vikram 3201, developed by ISRO's Vikram Sarabhai Space Center and Semiconductor Laboratory, Chandigarh, is an advanced version of the 16-bit Vikram 1601, which has been used in ISRO launch vehicle avionics since 2009. Designed for spaceflight applications, it can operate under extreme temperatures ranging from 55 degrees Celsius to 125 degrees Celsius. Its initial space validation was achieved during the SpaceX mission, demonstrating its reliability for future space missions. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now, let us look at a practice question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. The RIC, Russia-India-China grouping, is currently dormant as a strategic forum. Statement 2. The RIC format was originally conceived to act as a counterweight to Western dominance in global affairs. Statement 3. A direct military clash between two of its member states has hindered the group's diplomatic momentum. Which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements? A. Both Statement 2 and Statement 3 are correct and both of them explain Statement 1. B. Both Statement 2 and Statement 3 are correct but only one of them explains Statement 1. C. Only one of the Statements 2 and 3 is correct and that explains Statement 1. Neither Statement 2 nor Statement 3 is correct. Please provide your answers in the comment section.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.